Did Connie look great?
Yeah, she
Would
looks
you have
terrific.
ever guessed that that woman was 70 years old?
Flight attendants always keep themselves in good shape.
Yeah. Really?
I've noticed that, yeah.
But very, don't you think, very photogenic? And she mentioned she had been to a modeling school. Speaking of models, look at this. I have the new issue. This is the, what issue is this, Rose? Oh, the new March 1990 issue of Woman magazine.
Yeah.
You know, they have several women. They have New Woman, they have New York Woman, they have Big Woman, Big Scary Woman. But this is Just Woman, right, Rose? Just Woman. And there's an article in here on page 74, and it's all about assistance to people. Really? And look who they've profiled right here in this issue. It's our very own Rose right there, my personal assistant for the last 35 years, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Looks great in there.
And what's her name again?
Rose. Now, is the article all right? Did it turn out okay? Pretty good? Positive? Solid gold? Money in the bank? Money in the bank. So it's a pack of lies then, huh? Good for you. Well, congratulations, Rose. You certainly... How long you been flying? Thank you. The DC-4, Paul. You ever been on that plane?
I've flown a DC-4, yes.
You have not.
There is no such... Is there such thing?
Well, yeah. Connie had been on one.
I've never heard of it.
I've been on a DC-3.
I've been on a Viscount.
I don't know what that is.
That's a plane, like a prop twin-engine thing.
It's fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm sorry.
That's all right, no.
We're just here waiting for my hair to dry so we can start the show.
Anything you want to...
I know. Our next guest is best known to many as Biff the Bully in the Back to the Future films. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Tom Wilson. Tom, come on out. So now I saw Back to the Future, the first one.
Yeah.
So now you're the guy that pulls him out of the car and roughs him up or something, Michael J. Fox?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All those phrases that have come into the lexicon of American youth.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
What are you looking at, butthead?
Yeah.
Make like a tree and get out of here. You know. That's...
And you also roughed up his father. That was the deal. He comes back to and then
roughed up George McFly or Crispin Glover.
So now, Crispin Glover. Now how was he? Was he in the second film?
Crispin, unfortunately, Dave couldn't make the second film. He wigged out or something. I don't know what happened, and...
He came on the show one night and wanted to kick me in the head.
I know, I'm strong. I'm really strong. I saw it, yeah.
But now...
I can kick. Yeah, it was great. I wanted to come on in a really long wig, with my eye collection.
But now, when you were working with him, was he odd like that or not?
No, Crispin's actually a very nice guy.
Nice enough guy?
Yeah, he's just excitable. He's an excitable youth, and he just kind of gets all squirrely,
Now, the second movie, your role is the same, and what happens in the second
Well, the second movie, I play a lot of different roles. I mean, thanks to Crispin's absence, my part got really much bigger. So I play Biff in a lot of different ages, from 18 to 80 years old, and I play Biff's grandson, Griff, who's a real psychotic, and all kinds of different wild things.
Now, were these your first two big films, period, or?
No, Back to the Future 1 was my first film, and I did a lot of films between Back to the Future 1 and Back to the Future 2 that live on in cable television.
I see.
But,
and on DC-4s.
And on DC-4s, that's right, exactly.
Now, was it exciting? Was it frightening, intimidating, or a really learning, positive experience for you to work with? All of a sudden, there's Steven Spielberg, and then you've got Michael J. Fox.
A magnificent experience. But, very nerve-wracking because all of a sudden now you have to be good, Up until that, it's just kind of auditioning and not getting anywhere. But, it was but it was a great challenge to do. I mean, especially, my gosh, what a tour de force role that Bob Gale and Bob Zemeckis wrote for me, too. It's really wild.
Now, do people behave differently in front of these guys? Like Steven Spielberg or Michael J. Fox?
I think so. Yeah. I don't think they quite see it, but I think there is kind of a scenario of posturing that comes. Well, you must kind of see that too. I mean, when you're kind of, sort of, kind of this sort of thing, as opposed to.
No,
No.
And you studied acting in college?
Yeah. Well, actually, I went to Arizona State University, majored in international politics. Arizona being the hub of international relations.
Yes. Like Brussels, almost, isn't it there?
I know, every time they get into a problem with the State Department, James Baker's, I'm sure, well, let's call Arizona State. Hello, there's a professor. I think you should nuke them till their shadows glow, you know.
And now you're living in Los Angeles?
Living in Encino.
You have a house and everything?
Have a house.
Well, yeah.
Have a house. Just bought a house with sequel dough, you know, so it's really nice.
The old sequel dough.
Sequel
sure,
dough.
you can't beat it. Yes.
Bought a house, you know, moved in, became my dad one afternoon.
Really?
I don't know.
Huge house?
No, I mean, it's a very nice house, but we had things to do to it and things. I moved in, and one afternoon, from out of my body, I watched myself pick up the hardware store flyer from the paper. Never touched it before in my life. All of a sudden, I find myself saying, honey, spackling paste, $2.50.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's get down there.
That's very scary.
So you're serious about that. You do start to recognize traits that you saw in your father in yourself now, huh?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I have two little girls now. My dad's a lawyer, and, you know, so I interrogate them already.
Well, that's good.
Well, what do you think you do with the toy? You know, that kind of thing. But
scare them a little bit here and there?
Sure.
Yeah. And your wife must be, is she an actress? Or?
She's a lovely woman. She's not an actress. She works, she's quite bright, actually. She works in the defense industry, and I can't discuss it any further, to be perfectly honest.
Really? What does she do in the defense industry?
She works for Hughes Aircraft, and really, honestly, I don't know what she does.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is it like a mid-level job, an upper-level job?
You're not allowed to know that stuff. Before she got the job, we were engaged at the time, and a guy showed up at my apartment, you know, flashed the whole, you know, wallet thing, and interviewed me, like, for 2 hours.
Yeah, but that may have nothing to do with the Defense Department.
I don't... No, I don't think so. I think it was, yeah. I lived with Yakov Smirnov for a while, and that was kind of iffy.
But, I mean, like at work, does she have a whole different name?
Yeah.
Are we going to see you two on 60 Minutes one day?
She's,
and you, what do you do for fun? You work out, you play golf, you box, you swim?
I box, yeah, I box. I'm a light heavyweight contender. No, I work out. I bought a mountain bike recently. I live in the hills. So
are those more fun than just your normal bikes?
I think so, but I look like such a geek riding it, you know. I got big baggy sweats, you know, and I'm going up the hill honking like a goose, you know, and they're like a couple of 13-year-olds, guys, you know, they're dressed like Paula Abdul in a wind tunnel, you know, they're right by me, and my chain breaks, and I'm, you know, spinning my wheels.
Yeah. So what's next for you? There's going to be another, you're actually shooting the third one now, right?
We just finished. A couple weeks ago, we did Back to the Future 3, which is kind of a cowboy movie doing...
a cowboy movie?
Yeah, it was...
How did it get to be a cowboy movie?
Well, you kind of run out of stuff, you know? It's like, it's jousting or horses.
Now, let me ask you
the Middle Ages were really
Do you
dry.
think people want Back to the Future 3?
Dave, more than that, people need.
There you go. All right. We gotta go? Okay, geez, pleasure to meet you. Have a great year. Tom Wilson, folks. We'll be right back after 6 minutes. I could have painted my garage in the time we were gone. I could have had a complete physical examination in the time we were gone.
I did that. I had a physical.
I could have prepared a boiled New England supper for the entire audience in the time we were gone. We were gone a little longer than normal, weren't we? How much longer? 30 seconds. That's not bad. All right, I could have painted the garage then. Forget the boiled New England dinner. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you a little something about our next guest. This man has made a cottage industry of playing Biff, the bully, in Back to the Future films. The latest Back to the Future film, which is called Back to the Future 3, opens this Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Tom Wilson, the Back to the Future bully boy. It's Tom Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing?
Very excited to be here. I'm doing great.
Happy to have you here. Let's see. Arnold Schwarzenegger, had you met him before?
No, I haven't. He's a very big man.
Yeah, a very nice man.
Enough about Arnold. Let's talk about the movie, Dave. Back to the Future 3 is the greatest movie. I sound like Siegfried and Roy. I sound like... Well, look at the appearing tiger. beagle, white perky tiger.
You're a very brave man.
I was just like, yeah, I'm in like a... He's right back there.
This Back to the Future 3 better be the runaway hit of the decade.
I'm just a huge headlock.
Let's see. Let me see if I can remember some things about you. You and your wife, you have a wife and a couple of kids?
Yes, my wife, Agent X, we called her last time, because she works in the defense industry.
Yeah,
and in a capacity that I can't discuss, because her security clearance is such that I don't know what she does.
She still has that job?
Yeah, she still has that job, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, unless she's left it and I don't know. But, yeah, she's on the softball team now.
So they have a softball team. Now, are you welcome at these gatherings, these events?
Yeah, after I got my clearance, I can go to the softball.
You had to get clearance, actually?
No. But a guy did interview me before she got the job. But the softball team is about the most pathetic thing you've ever seen.
Really?
Computer engineers playing softball.
Yeah.
Guys figuring out the arc of the ball with a slide rule, you know?
Bob, it's at its apogee. It's at its apogee. Run for it. The probability of it being fair far outweighs the relative risk of running it down. You know.
So they're a little kind of nerdy.
The worst baseball team with the best statistics you've ever seen.
Yeah. Do you spend much time with these guys or not? You probably don't see them much at all. Yeah.
No time at all. No, I do. I mean, they come over to the house and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we spend some time with them.
What kind of house do you have? You have a nice big house?
It's a nice big house.
Yeah.
You know, I got sequel dough. Bought myself a house.
Sequel
got a pool. Sequel dough. Got a little house. Put in the barbecue.
Yeah.
You know, we're having barbecues. Got a bug zapper lamp.
Bug zapper.
For the barbecues.
Now, my
you
neighbors
have
have one of these. At night, it's a big glowing purple kind of...
Exactly. And you're having potato salad, and 20 feet away, there's a moth going, ah! You know, it's just... People enjoy the thing. You know, they're getting into it. And this is good chicken. Oh, that was a big one. Oh, it's still on fire down there. One of you kids step on that wiggling thing, you know?
So that's no good. I would think that would be horrible.
No, it is horrible.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the movie. Now, you're again Biff in this deal. Now, I saw back...
I'm not actually Biff. I'm Buford Mad Dog 10 and Biff's great-great-grandfather.
Oh, see, this is very confusing.
Kind of an extension of the cottage industry. You know, it's...
Yeah. So you're your own grandfather in the film?
Great-grandfather.
Great-grandfather. Now, I saw the first film in a regular theater. The second film I saw on an airplane. I was traveling.
It's the best way to see it, I think.
And that one confused me, and I didn't know if it was lack of oxygen in the cabin or... So now, what is the deal on this one?
It must have been. This one is a simpler story than Back to the Future 2.
Yeah.
It goes, it's more of a through line, a kind of a plainer story. It goes back to the Old West. It's a Western, primarily.
Yeah.
Most of it is set in the West, so I had to learn all kinds of skills, horseback riding, gunslinging and stuff. You know?
Was it hard do you know anything about riding horses?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I was, in the Poconos, on a sway-backed pony, left now, right now, that kind of thing. But I mean, an actual cowboy horse. I mean, I was hoping for a horse.
This was an actual cowboy horse.
An actual, like a horse that says, like, what do you want me to do? I mean, I was hoping for a horse named, like, Underachiever or, Glue Boy, something like that. I get, no lie, I get Diablo.
Diablo.
Tom, this is your horse. That's Diablo. Be
shell.
careful on him. I get on this horse, young, very athletic horse. It looks great to ride in the movie. But this horse, I mean, you get on him early morning, he's feeling full of his oats, and this horse just kind of starts to do a happy dance, and the next thing you know, like, I'm riding what is ostensibly a bucking bronco,
He goes nuts.
I'm from Philadelphia, and I'm like, he's jumping all over them, and I'm not doing this hand-waving thing. I'm like, I'm just kind of like, holding on for dear life. I'm just like, and if you, like, slam into the saddle, it's like,
Well,
huevos rancheros. It's not comfortable.
These are enormous and powerful animals, and you're just like
very
a
powerful.
fly.
I don't run around, and there are cowboys around and stuntmen and everything. They're all yelling, "Yeehaw!"
Yeah,
as the horses
it's like a
jump around.
rodeo.
Last thing you want to hear, something like, "Hey, stop him!" Somebody help Tom.
Stuntman.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw. Did you get injured at all during that?
No. Well, the only time I never got thrown. I got thrown from a ladder. The only time I got injured, I actually...
Thrown from a ladder?
A ladder, yeah, because when it's a close-up, you have to be very still, and the horses would move around a bit.
Sure.
So I got up on this kind of 7-foot ladder, and that's the only time I went like...
Bucked off a ladder.
I actually went, hell, whoa! Took a dive.
I like the stuntmen yelling yeehaw.
Yeehaw, yeah.
That's a bad sign. Do we have a clip here of the film? Huh? No
Let's
clip?
go to the clip. Let's see the clip.
But
No clip?
now, are there...
It's the best movie of all time.
It opens Friday. Good to see you here again, Tom. Thank you very much. Have a good summer. Tom Wilson, ladies and gentlemen.